It's a little dark out here. See, I can get a damn video this morning, but my friend sent me a video, and in the video it was a woman, basically talking about she owed overweight, lonely, single mother for the choices that she made, and she was taking accountability for the things she needs to fix on herself or whatever. But that's not the part that really jumped out at me. And if you watch this, nigga, I'm offended, okay? But we'll get to that later. The part that stuck out to me is when they posed the question to the woman, what about all the good guys you passed up? And that always irks me, because sometimes to the outside, somebody will look like a good guy. Just because you don't put your hands on somebody does not mean that you are a good guy. Just because you don't cheat on somebody does not mean that you are a good guy. Just because you are a nice person does not mean you are a good guy or a good woman. People can be controlling in a relationship but appear to be a good guy or a good woman because they have those, most of the typical traits, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna skip over the woman part because I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about, I'm a woman, I can only talk about skipping over good guys. I ain't never skipped over no good women because I don't like women. But anyway, I say this over and over again. Just because somebody is a good person doesn't mean that they are a good partner. You know what I'm saying? I know there are things about myself that would not make me a good partner. You know what I mean? That don't mean I'm not a good person. That don't mean that I'm not a good woman. You know what I'm saying? I have had a couple dudes that outside looking in would seem like a good guy. I was provided for. I was protected. Doors were opened. I was cared for. You know what I'm saying? Actually loved. But that don't mean that they were a good person. Because once you get with somebody and you spend time with them, you start to see character flaws and demons. You feel me? That people on the outside don't see. A lot of times the people treat the person that they're in a relationship with the worst. They don't do that to everybody else outside. It's all smiles and waves at them. And then you get home and they got that motherfucker locked in the closet. You feel me? So a lot of times y'all look at women like, all them good guys you passed up. And I know when I post this, a couple of y'all is gonna hop on here and say, oh, you passed me up, or y'all gonna inbox me and say that you passed me up. And if I did, there was something about you that didn't sit right in my spirit. And yes, I have stories. Yes, I've been dogged or played or whatever. But some stuff is just stupidity. But from your stupidity and your mistakes, you learn to trust your gut. And sometimes your gut, that feeling is trauma yelling at you, and it's not your gut. But you get to a point where if this don't feel right, if something's sitting in my spirit and telling me this don't feel right, then I'm not gonna do it. Okay? Because it's been guys who that you wonder why I'm not talking to you no more. I done found out about something about your past that I don't feel like I need to address you with, because if you were gonna date me, you should have told me about that. You know what I'm saying? And if you can lie about that, you can lie about anything. I also have kids that I need to protect, you know what I'm saying? So if you find out certain shit about certain people, you got to wrap that up and let that go, because it's not just about you, it's about them human beings that you brought into this world that they really can't protect their own self at this point. You feel me? So I don't be want to hear all that. Oh, you passed up on me, and you know what's up with you. You know when I find out what that feeling was in my gut. You know, and I don't have to explain it to you. If it's not working out, I can move around. You feel me? Especially if it's shit. It's a lot of people out here with some heinous shit on their backgrounds, okay? Start running background checks on these men and these women. But you know what I'm saying? That my whole point in proving all this is just because on the outside, you see the woman walking around, he posting her on social media, he taking care of her financially, he appears to be happy and in love with her and a nice guy, don't mean that that's the same guy behind closed doors. So stop judging all these women talking about what about all these nice guys that you passed on. And I'm gonna say some shit that's probably gonna give me some flack, but sometimes due to people's level of attractiveness, they don't have no choice but to be sweet and nice. They gonna do that to lure you in and get you. And I'm not saying this is everybody, because there are some unattractive good guys out there, but a lot of times people will be unattractive and do all the nice guy stuff to get you in. So you could be like, oh my God, this is such a nice guy. I'm being shallow. He not, aesthetically pleasing or whatever. I'm being shallow, but I'm gonna go ahead and give him a try. And then once you give him a try, then you start to see them demons, that the motherfucker ain't only unattractive on the outside, he unattractive on the inside too. And that's a lot of y'all. Cause I done did that. I'm like, I'm gonna give him a chance, you know what I'm saying? He ain't, my stilo, but you know what I'm saying? He seemed to have a good heart. And then that good heart is worms. Because over and over again, you have to be the nice guy for the woman to choose you, and you really not a nice guy. You really got a lot of demons and hurt and shit going on in there that you need to deal with. This is just basically another video of me ranting and telling everybody we need to go to therapy. Good morning.